On this episode of In the Fight, Anbar Province has seen violence diminish thanks to the local tribal leaders and their support of the coalition forces. We'll go on a night patrol as Operation Garden Spider weaves its web of success. With help from the U.S. military, the Afghan National Army is beginning to take the lead. U.S. soldiers get a taste of home as Operation T-Bone gets into full swing. And we'll remember that day on a very little island in the Pacific Ocean that changed the course of World War II. DivotsHub.net presents In the Fight. The 2nd Marine Expeditionary Force leads the way as Multinational Force West gets the support of the locals in Anbar Province, leading to an optimistic future.
Anbar Province, Iraq remains in a state of transition and development. In the 2 months since the 2nd Marine Expeditionary Force assumed command of Multinational Force West, local citizens, Iraqi police and army forces have been subjected to a severe murder and intimidation campaign spearheaded by Al-Qaeda in Iraq. The Iraqi citizens have decided to take a stand and fight back against these terrorists. In an address to the Pentagon press pool, Major General W.E. Gaskin, Commanding General of Multinational Force West, reaffirmed these setbacks have not dissuaded coalition forces or the people of Iraq. Citing several advancements in Iraqi police and military forces, the general asserted the nation is making significant progress toward becoming independent.
If you recall, it was only a year ago when we had so few Iraqi forces, both IP and IA in Anbar. We have 10 times in the case of the police and about triple the case of the Iraqi army in that area. What I would like to discuss more than number is capabilities and capacity. The capacity to conduct coin operations, the capacity to protect your borders, the capacity to interdict and defeat Al-Qaeda. I'm very pleased at how far they've come in a year, and I think they are making rapid progress toward that.
With the backing of police and army forces, General Gaskin also noted local tribal leaders are showing robust support to the cause of Iraq's liberation from terrorism. In closing, General Gaskin emphasized the importance of patience with the transition to the Iraqis.
We have to give the Iraqis the time to develop the capacity to do all the things that they need to do. We're in partnership with them now. We're in overwatch in some cases, and in some areas we've actually given them territory for which they control. But to remove those forces will be premature and ill-advised, and I think we will see great results as they've been able to do the things they need to do.
Success for the Baghdad security plan depends on the outposts set up in the capital's neighborhoods. One outpost in the Mansour district prepares for a very special guest.
Most soldiers love getting letters from home. Today, these soldiers manning a joint security station in Baghdad are reading a letter, but it's not from home.
General Petraeus is coming here today, so we have to clean up, make sure everything's straight. A lot of details, stuff like that.
Soldiers all over Baghdad are finding themselves in smaller outposts like this one in the Mansour district. The idea is that a 24-hour presence in the area will help make communication with the local residents easier and prevent the enemy from gaining a foothold in sector. For the soldiers living here, however, it's taken some time to adjust.
It was difficult at first. When we first moved out here, this place was trash. And since in the past 2 months, we've made it about 200% better than it once was. You don't get to shower every day. You don't get your own privacy, which is, I think, the hardest part, but it gets easier as you go along, you get used to it.
General Petraeus arrives at the JSS to receive a briefing from the battalion staff.
And so where do you have forces 24 hours a day?
He's no stranger to the tactics being implemented in the security plan. They're straight out of the Army's new counterinsurgency doctrine, the same doctrine that the general co-authored.
You have insurgents operating in the neighborhood, and you establish yourself in the middle of that insurgency. And you don't just visit that neighborhood on a daily basis. You live out there.
It seems to be mostly military males. I haven't seen any females on the road in the past half hour over.
This is the next stage of warfare that the Army's we're going into. And by doing that, we're making leaps in the right direction.
It will take time before General Petraeus knows which direction he's taking coalition forces in Iraq, but he remains hopeful.
Well, I think the answer to that would be so far so good, but it's very early days. There's a lot of very, very hard work to be done. There are some encouraging indicators in terms of the reduction in the number of sectarian murders, the sectarian violence in Baghdad City. However, that could be because some folks are just lying low for a while, and we think it is. It also could be that some others have been scared away, and that's a good thing. And it's also certainly because our soldiers and Iraqi soldiers and police have established a much deeper and broader presence across the city and given people confidence to report when the bad guys are in their neighborhoods.
As the sun sets on Baghdad, the soldiers who now inhabit the city know they can expect to be there for a while.
Using night vision technology, soldiers from the 319th Airborne Field Artillery Regiment head out on a mission in a district in Baghdad where murderers have been hiding out and intimidating the local citizens.
All right, man. Hey, I tell you, friggin' Aquino's a good driver, man.
Owning the night. These paratroopers from 2nd Battalion, 319th Airborne Field Artillery Regiment are preparing to conduct a raid on the house of suspected murderers. Operating on intelligence gathered from capturing leaders of a terrorist kidnapping cell, Beast Company paratroopers are ready to take down the suspected insurgents.
So the majority of the people that live here can live without fear. Without fear of being kidnapped or killed or executed as they go along our daily basis.
Striking hard and moving quickly, paratroopers from the 319th use the element of surprise to immediately neutralize the threat inside the house.
My main focus is one, to go in and capture the bad guy, and two, get all my guys back home safe.
Tonight, the targets are suspected members of a militia group who uses terror and murder to control citizens of Baghdad. The house is painstakingly searched for weapons and information that might lead these paratroopers to other terrorists.
That you put all the pieces together, and all it is that's when the guys, the smart guys in the back, when we hand them off, they put all that piece together. They talk to them, get information from them, and they put all the little pieces together like a little jigsaw puzzle. Then from that puzzle, we make a big picture, and then we take down. Then we start taking the picture apart.
As they continue to patrol the dark streets of the Tunis neighborhood in search of terrorists, these paratroopers are making the streets safer for residents of Baghdad. Reporting for the 82nd Airborne Division, 2nd Brigade Combat Team, I'm Army Staff Sergeant Randy Randolph, Baghdad.
Hello, I'm Specialist Chantel Hoff. I'm here with HHC 1st Brigade here at Camp Adder, Iraq. My hometown's Lino Lakes, Minnesota. I want to give a great big shout out to my Hoff Lindgren family. Hello, miss you guys. And we want to say thank you very much to the twins for this great steak fry. Go Twins. Thank you.
All right, my name is Lasco Porter from United States Marine Corps, stationed here in Bahrain. Just send a shout out to my mom back in Omaha, Nebraska. Mom, love you, be home soon, and keep that food ready. I'm coming home to eat.
Hey, my name is Private First Class Thomas Johnson. I'm stationed in Fire Warrior, Iraq. I'd like to give a shout out to my mom in Raleigh, North Carolina. Happy Mother's Day, Mom, and I love you.
Hi, my name is Ariel Rollins. I'm in Fob Warrior. I'm trying to send a greeting to my mom in Dayton, Ohio, and my grandmother, Lisa Rollins and Nellie Rollins. Happy Mother's Day. I love you and I miss you.
My name is Lieutenant Ulysses Zamora from NAVCENT, Bahrain. Just wanted to say hi to my mother, Virginia Zamora. Hope you give a lot of hugs and kisses to my cousins and to my father. See you back when I get back home. Talk to you later.
Coming up, In the Fight takes you to Afghanistan, where the local Afghan army is taking the lead and protecting their borders. And military heroes commemorate the 62nd anniversary of the ferocious battle for Iwo Jima.
There's strong, and then there's Army strong. It's more than physical strength. It is emotional strength. Not just strength in numbers, the strength of brothers. Not just the strength to get yourself over, the strength to get over yourself. There's nothing stronger than the U.S. Army, because there is nothing stronger than a U.S. Army soldier. There's strong, and then there's Army strong. Visit goarmy.com/strong.
I was pretty nervous, apprehensive.
It was tough to tell them I was joining the Army at first. I did research on my own, tried to get an idea about what the Army was going to be like. It's given me a whole bunch of confidence.
But no, I'm very proud of him.
He's just a stronger, more driven individual.
He could outrun me.
If your son or daughter wants to talk about joining the Army, listen, you made them strong, we'll make them Army strong. Find out more at goarmy.com.
You are In the Fight, presented by DivotHub.net. The Afghan National Army is beginning to take a lead role in the fight against the Taliban. With help from the U.S. Army, the soldiers are seeing signs of success in shutting down the infiltration routes used by the enemy.
Operation Cat Fury is the latest mission to clear Taliban infiltration routes into Afghanistan. Participating in this operation, alongside the American Army, are soldiers of the Afghan National Army.
In this particular operation, the Afghan Army is working hand in hand with the 10th Mountain Division, and we are going up these mountains and searching for different hidden caches and weapons.
This mission, aside from the immediate goals, is also a symbol of the growing abilities of the Afghan government and its army.
The ANA are taking more and more responsibilities in theater every day. You know, we're doing missions hand in hand with American infantry companies right now. In the future, we'll be doing battalion missions all by ourselves.
In the meantime, American and Afghan soldiers continued to work side by side to reach the same goal, the freedom of Afghanistan. Army Sergeant John Mann, 22nd IMPAD, East Paktika Province, Afghanistan.
The ultimate goal for the U.S. is making sure the Iraqis can succeed in taking over security operations. We head to the Adamaya district in Baghdad, where intense weapons training for Iraqi troops is underway.
Building on the fundamentals of marksmanship and a variety of battle drills, these soldiers from the 2nd Brigade's 6th Iraqi Army Division are learning more advanced tactics. Tactics that allow them to shoot, move, and communicate quickly to effectively maneuver their teams in combat.
I want them to walk away with being a confident soldier. I'm a soldier, I'm here for Iraq, I'm here to fight the insurgents. I know how to use my weapon properly.
Everybody must start shooting.
Operating on a combat outpost War Eagle in Baghdad's Adamaya district, paratroopers from 2nd Battalion 319th Airborne Field Artillery Regiment have designed the course to include scenarios their Iraqi counterparts will face while patrolling the city streets. The training is designed to create leaders who can operate independently after coalition forces are gone.
The biggest thing about Iraqi forces is, they're starting to stand up, take care of their own country. And the important thing about it is if we don't teach them, that's going to keep us here a lot longer, and people are going to start to resent us more. So the sooner we train these guys, get them where they can stand on their own 2 feet, that's going to benefit the rest of the region.
Teaching soldiers within your unit or organization must continue.
After 4 days of intense training, graduation day is met with pride and confidence as these soldiers relax and celebrate before they take what they've learned to the streets of Baghdad. Reporting for the 82nd Airborne Division, 2nd Brigade Combat Team, I'm Army Sergeant Randy Randolph, Baghdad.
Combat outposts can become problematic at mealtime. Box lunches were the order of the day until the 407th Brigade Support Battalion engineered a couple of mobile grills, and when the T-bone steaks arrived, there was one more thing left to do.
These paratroopers haven't had a home-cooked meal in over 3 months. To eliminate the threat of sparse rations and the doldrums of meals ready to eat.
We've got a couple of battalions that are forward in sector. They didn't have hot chow, so we got the idea to put together some grills. Once the steaks started coming in, I thought there'd be no better way to get some hot chow down to the guys than to roll our grill here down to the battalions and then start feeding them.
Operating from Combat Outpost War Eagle in Baghdad's Adamiyah district, the mission often dictates a grab-and-go approach to meals. But today, courtesy of the 407th Brigade Support Battalion, these paratroopers enjoy a hot grilled steak, corn on the cob, cold drinks, and fellowship.
I heard a lot of soldiers say, hey, this was the best steak I've had in a long time. You know, they just haven't had a hot meal in a few months, and I think it helps the morale quite a bit.
Having time to relax and actually enjoy what they are eating gives the paratroopers a break from their intense mission cycle.
The atmosphere around here is really positive. We got everybody in the units out here, every officer, every NCO, every lower enlisted. It's good to see that everybody's together, the one big happy family.
Come back. Gotta give everybody one first.
If the way to every paratrooper's heart is through his stomach, Operation T-Bone is bringing a lot of love to Cop War Eagle.
We just want to make sure the troops have some good stuff to eat rather than just MRE.
Hey Swarm fans, this is Senior Airman Matt Mose from the 140th Fighter Wing here in Camp Adder, Ali Base, Iraq. I'm from St. Paul, Minnesota. I'd like to give a shout out to my mom, my dad, my brothers and sisters, and my grandparents and everybody else who's at the game today. I'd like to thank the Minnesota Swarm for all their support to our deployed soldiers and airmen. Let's go Swarm!
Woo! Hi, I am Petty Officer Young, and I would like to give a shout out to my mother, Deborah Young, to my two brothers, Darrell and Antonio, to my aunts and uncles, all in Fort Worth, Texas. I'm here doing well, and I just want to say I love you and have a good Mother's Day.
Hey, it's Specialist Kristen Myers out here in Fob Warrior, Iraq. Just wanted to say a shout out to my mom. I'm in Wilton, Iowa. Happy Mother's Day. I love you. Hope to see you soon.
Hello, I'm Matt Mayfield from Kirkuk, Iraq. I just want to give a shout out to my mother at Marble Hill, Missouri. Happy Mother's Day, Mom. Love you special. Miss everyone there.
I'm Sergeant Ola McDaniel, Station Honor Fob Warrior in Kirkuk, Iraq. I'd like to wish my mother a happy Mother's Day. Ruth Jones out of Chicago, Illinois.